Hello and welcome to the SportsByte Fighting Podcast. My name's Richard and I'm joined by Jackson.
You alright?
Why, aye man, I'm great. And we're here to discuss what's going on in the fighting world at the moment. So how are you doing anyway?
I think it'll be a lot better if I didn't cover me selling hot chocolate like.
Yeah,
absolutely ruined my t-shirt. I have to wear that for the rest of the day.
Vanish man. Not sponsored by the...
Nice white t-shirt.
So, a lot's happened in the past week.
Yeah, there's been quite a lot of controversy out there at the moment.
Especially with everyone's favourite bear tamer, Khabib Nurmagamedov.
A lot of backlash on that, isn't there? I mean...
100%. I mean, we've got the guy wanting to fight Floyd Mayweather now.
It's just not going to work though, is it? It's just not. I mean, after the fight, came out with a little Instagram and Twitter tweet telling Dana White to shove the money in his mouth. Well, down his throat actually, but...
Bit more aggressive, isn't it? Just a touch. I mean, he sent out that challenge to Floyd Mayweather. There can only be one king in the jungle. 50-0 versus 27-0. But I don't know if he realises, like, he has to box. Like, he can't take him to the ground and bury his head.
No one in Mayweather's weight class is just going to beat him from UFC. It's just not going to happen.
I know.
I think Conor was probably one of the best. I think probably Ferguson would be top because he can throw better punches. But even then, no one. Khabib's not a puncher to me. He's
not. Like, we saw him get that like good crack on Conor's jaw.
Yeah.
But that's because, like, the further you get in that fight, you just realise McGregor wasn't.
He tied him out on the floor. Like,
yeah, 100%.
You can say what you want that Conor was putting up a good fight on the floor at the start, but he was absolutely knackered coming in the third round.
It was probably the second or third takedown attempt.
Yeah, it's just, he was done for. It's just, no one's ever going to beat Mayweather from UFC. That's in Mayweather's weight class anyway.
100%. Like, you just got to think about it. Like,
just admit he's the best. He's not gonna
50-0. It speaks for itself.
Like, just leave him be.
Like, the guy is what? He's turning 50.
He's how old is he now?
I'm fairly sure he's like.
I'm sure he was 50 when he fought Conor.
Might be an exaggeration.
He might be 51 now.
Oh, he's only 41.
Oh.
So 50-0, age of 41. I think he's pretty safe to retire. He's had a good run. Hasn't lost a fight. Not a single one.
Doesn't need to fight again, to be honest. Earned about 100 million from that McGregor fight, so...
Yeah, that was big money. I mean...
I think every boxing fight's big money. I mean, look at Tyson Fury. He's earning the big bucks now.
You gotta think,
back
like,
up there.
Controversy plays a big factor in how big a fight will be. And... like, we've seen it with McGregor and Diaz too.
That was, I think, the second most watched UFC fight in terms of
peak viewership.
Yeah.
I mean, like, first of all,
I think I looked, it was 1.6 million per view, and Khabib McGregor was like 2.1 million. So there's a big difference there, but even still,
so, like,
shows what a lot of. I was going to say something bad there, but a lot of drama. Controversy and drama
fights.
Before a fight. That's what
it full on like controversy does make fights.
I think that's what makes the views, isn't it? Just, I think the more crap that you talk, the more it sort of builds up the hype. I think that's what McGregor does.
That's probably why he's so big. Like, we've seen these press conferences. Like, who's that guy? And
yeah,
you'll do nothing.
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy? It's just funny. Like, so, like, moving on from Khabib, I think we should just let that one die down. He's been threatening to leave the UFC, but I think Dana White's put his foot down now and saying that he is staying and all this.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure.
He'll get suspended.
I'd like
6 months is what we've all heard, but to a fighter, that's so what you get in between fights anyways.
Yeah,
so.
I know, especially with the big money fights.
Yeah, I mean,
we've got Derek Lewis, who fought in 229.
My balls were hot.
We've got him fighting again in 230.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't take a lot of a beating on
that
last fight. To be fair, it did look close until sort of the
he got his foot.
The round where he got the TKO and he just absolutely threw that.
But yeah,
that hook and wiped him out.
It was a great fight to watch.
There's a lot of great fights.
Did that get fight tonight?
No, Ferguson did.
Ferguson did, yeah, that's right.
It was a fight before Ferguson.
I can't wait for Ferguson to come back in another event, man.
You can't not love Tony Ferguson.
He's just fun to watch.
He's just the OG.
For real, he is. He's some boy, like. But we've also had Eddie Alvarez leaving the UFC to join One Championship. Now, like, that was the first time I've heard of this.
I mean, I've got an idea of why he's done it.
Why do you think he's done it?
He's number 4 in the rankings listings, isn't he? Right.
Yeah,
so you've got Khabib, you've got McGregor. No, you've got Ferguson now. He's number 1. McGregor's number 2, and maybe someone else number 3. I forgot who it was. Might be.
I'm not 100% sure.
Let's have a look. Whoever is number 3, I don't think it was Nate Diaz.
Can't have been Nate Diaz.
Get it up, man.
McGregor's dropped down at 8th. He's dropped down 6 positions. So we've got.
Oh, it was Max Holloway's the one I saw, yeah.
Max Holloway.
So the rankings that I saw, right? He was placed 4th, and he's not going to want to fight all them fighters. He's been slapped by Conor McGregor. He's not going to win Tony Ferguson. In order for him to proceed with his career, he's going to have to fight someone in them top fighters, isn't he? Yeah. And it's just not going to happen. He knows he's going to get absolutely slapped. So
alright, I've found the actual rankings here. So yeah, it was Nurmagomedov at the top.
Yeah.
McGregor was number 1 contender.
Yeah, but that's switched because Tony Ferguson's now number 1, I think.
Then we had Tony Ferguson's then.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dustin Poirier.
And then Eddie
pulled out of his fight with Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
For some reason. Broke a bone or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then Eddie Alvarez, who on his last fight did lose to Poirier.
The closest fight he's going to get is Poirier. Like, he got absolutely slapped by McGregor. There's no chance he's going to beat Khabib because Khabib will just take him down and ground and pound him.
100%.
And then you've got Tony Ferguson, who is probably, apart from Khabib, one of the best fighters in the UFC at the moment. So,
like, I think it's a good move.
It's a good move. We'll get money from it, but from a fighting perspective, he's just shown that he's not prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean, trying to progress in those rankings looks tough. I mean, we've got some really strong names up there.
I think he's done quite well to come back from that kind of fight. Better than what Conor's done to come back.
I mean, all Conor's really done, he's gone to a Dallas Cowboys game. That was a fun.
He's done it all wrong, to be honest. He did it. He should have been doing what Tyson Fury's done. He's left the UFC for 2 years and he's come back to fight the champion because of what's happened. Ideally, what he should have done was
work his way back up
like Tyson Fury did. Fight 2 nobodies and then
he went into a championship fight after not fighting in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean his last fight was boxing. That's a complete
fight before that. Aldo. It was when he won the 2 championship belts.
Yeah. So hasn't quite done it right. He'll get there in the end, hopefully.
Do you count that as a fight? It lasted
13
seconds.
Even then,
3 punches.
It's still preparation for it.
Yeah, a 4-week training camp, I think.
Yeah, it's just mental. You just have to. You just didn't work it out right. I think the media and the build-up sort of got the better of him in there. So
yeah.
No, you can.
I'd have liked to see McGregor come back and win, but like that fight's pointed out every flaw in McGregor's fighting.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want to see the Khabib rematch, but if McGregor's going to go about it right, it's fight.
So I don't think he deserves the rematch. Like he's come back after a 2-year hiatus and got a championship fight. He doesn't deserve another championship.
It's not whether he deserves it or not. It's the fact that Dana White will do it because he's going to get the pay-per-views.
He is the poster boy.
Yeah, he's the poster boy of UFC. So if he's getting the pay-per-views, there's probably going to be more in this rematch if there's ever one than there is for the first fight. It's like the Nate Diaz one. So
that would be a good fight though. Like,
I don't even know what One Championship is. I don't know why.
it's like the first time I've ever heard of one championship. And honestly,
I don't even know what
really
type of
know
fight
the
it
name
is.
of
Is it like Thai boxing? Because that's mental, Thai boxing.
I've never really watched
Oh,
Thai
mate,
boxing.
Rajed. Like, some of the stuff that you see in that is completely different to UFC. I think I saw one fight where it was this Philippines dude, and he threw a leg kick. He hit this lad in the stomach, and like that was it. Him done for the fight, and he started hitting him on the ground and that. Next round came, and the other lad just absolutely sparked him out.
Wow. So, looking at the One Championship website, like, as you can see, Asia's largest global sports media company.
Well, it's from CNN and CNBC, so that's probably...
Fairly sure Forbes has said something about it as well.
I mean, I've never seen... Kind of crowds for...
Yeah, it's
for it,
big
like.
crowds. But, like, the fighting game is big in Asia. Like, you see with... They're a lot more for the storyline.
The martial arts.
Because there was a few MMA tournaments, like, way back when, that, like, the fighters were, like, told to how to react, like, what to do on the way down to the ring. And, like, you see with even the wrestling promos, like New Japan Wrestling, like, when they do, like, big fights, they turn the rope rings into, like, barbed wire and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
It's just, I don't... Unless he's come out and said something why he's joined it, other than the fact that it's money, and that he's probably going to be one of the top fighters in that sport.
He's going to be a big name in that promo.
Yeah. It's quite sad to see him leave UFC, because he has sort of built himself a good name. I think if you ask me some UFC fighters, I'll probably have Eddie Alvarez probably up there. So
Yeah, I think he's got a good fight.
He's built some a good reputation, but well, all I say is good luck to him in one championship.
I mean,
If you ever hear from him, then good luck to him.
Never know. Takes over one championship, comes back better than ever. The biggest redemption story.
Or he might start something in one championship. He might bring fighters over. So
I think it's gonna like broaden it out.
Yeah.
To like fans like you and me.
So we might say John Jones with another bad drug test and then play for one championship.
Speaking of John Jones, very excited for his comeback.
Gustafsson fought him before. It's a title fight. Same night as Chris Cyborg, the scariest woman alive for me.
Scariest woman alive is Chris Cyborg. It's Halloween, right? Got to talk about something scary.
I mean, John Jones is just... It's just not going to stop for him, is it? It's just...
See, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
Like, the guy, what, he's being pulled...
I said before, like, I feel bad that he got caught last time, because I think the dose that he got caught with was so minimal that it was probably him not taking it and him getting caught with it, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, someone's probably, snitched him into it, or he's taken this high, not knowing that he's took it, but it's been such a minimal amount it hasn't affected him, but it's still in his system, so he's going to get banned for it. So I don't know what he was caught with, whether it was cocaine again or he was using steroid sort of sterilizers. I don't know.
Was it the John Jones fight where someone went in for, like, the one he lost, where someone went in for an elbow and, like, cut his eyebrow? That might have been Theodore.
Might have been. I mean, he is a dirty fighter, John Jones.
Yeah, I think it was Theodore.
He's with the John Jones fight, you're going to see an eye poke. That's one thing you can guarantee. You can probably bet on that. You can bet on anything these days.
I mean, we've got some good records from the guys. Both John Jones 23-1, and then Gustafsson 18-4. It's not great, but it's still a good record.
With Gustafsson, less fight, but he's got the better KO, TKO.
Oh yeah, Gustafsson's knocked a lot more
61 to 43. Where's he from? Is he Swedish or
Sweden? Yeah. Alexander
don't see a lot of fights come out of
Gustafsson.
Sweden, to be honest.
Yeah, Sweden's not really a big fighting country, is it?
I mean, you would have thought so because of Vikings and stuff. Maybe in the big heavyweights might be quite a few in there, but not really for the
like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Iceland anyway. Like,
yeah, I mean,
but like, that kind of stature.
Yeah, I mean,
big 6'5" Viking blokes.
I think without a doubt, John Jones is probably going to win that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been out for how long now? How long was his ban?
Can't have been 2 years, was it?
It wasn't 2 years.
It was a while.
It was a while, but I don't think it was 2 years.
But it's good. It's good to see him back. Like,
it is good to see him back. We just thought, maybe he's sorted his life out this time, and
yeah, definitely.
he's aware and he's learned his lesson. Long hard look at himself. Is hopefully what we'll see, and then
Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes.
2 Brazilian fighters.
Not only are the Brazilian fighters, they are like really scary.
Terrifying
Brazilian
to look
fighters.
at. I mean,
scary to watch.
Cyborg 20-1, and Nunes
16 and
4.
Again, like, Chris Cyborg's got a knockout rate of 85%. 85%.
I've used her in UFC 2. She was
she good?
She was good. I mean, Chris Cyborg. I mean, I get scared looking at her, man. She looks like Skeletor. And she's probably got the best name in the sport, Cyborg.
Cyborg. Is that like really her surname?
That won't be her surname, surely. Never seen a Brazilian surname Cyborg, like.
Nunes.
Nunes, yeah. Cyborg, no.
I mean, looking at the other 3 fights we've got, what? Latifi versus Corey Anderson. Another Sweden fighter. Versus an American. They just got, like, pretty good records.
I'm going to go Corey Anderson for this one, I think.
What makes you think Corey Anderson?
Mainly because I haven't seen Latifi fight. I think I've seen one.
You've just got more confidence in
but I've got
Corey
more
Anderson.
confidence in the
Yeah,
one that I've seen more, and that's Corey Anderson.
I mean,
hasn't got the best knockout ratio. I mean, it's only 33% in 16 fights, so
yeah,
probably going to go down to decision once again for him. I think he'll get the win in this one.
Yeah.
If not, might play out to a draw. Very rarely when I watch a fight, it's going to end up in a draw. So.
It is just before New Year's Eve, though, so there's that to be excited about. A big old UFC scrap and then New Year party.
Well, who else is on that card? We've got
a couple of smaller fights.
Is that Chisea? Yeah, Michael
Chisea, Carlos Condit.
Awful tattoos. Awful. Both of them awful tattoos.
I don't mind the tattoos,
I mean,
but still. We've got
Carlos Condit, what does that say? The natural born killer.
He's a natural born killer. A questionable
name.
Well,
questionable considering he's got 12 defeats to his name. He's got 30 wins but 12 defeats. How old is he?
I couldn't tell you.
He's had 42 fights. Can he?
34.
He's 34, 42 fights. Must have been fighting since he was about 18 then.
18, early 20s. Yeah,
might come through the. Have you ever seen the Ultimate Fighting Champion sort of series?
I love
when they come through.
Season 5 is probably my favourite. Nate Diaz,
yeah.
Then again, the Tony Ferguson season's really good as well.
Yeah, his knockouts in that were.
It's a good watch for the Ultimate
Mostly
Fighter.
submission, I think, but.
It's a really good watch. But yeah, we've got another fight. Megan Anderson versus Kat Zingano.
Kat Zingano.
Pretty even records. We've got Kat Zingano, known as Alpha. What do you think of the nickname Alpha? The Alpha female.
She could have had a better nickname considering her name's Kat. I mean, you could have got the Panther. Kat Zingano.
Yeah. The Lioness.
Well, no, the Alpha. Kat Zingano. It just doesn't work for me.
Pretty even records though. We've got Kat Zingano on 9-3, Megan Anderson 8-3.
Yeah.
I think this will be a pretty even fight.
I'm gonna go Zingano. Probably gonna listen back to this, and I'm completely wrong on all of these. Well, that'll just be my luck. This is why I don't really bet on stuff.
I mean, we've got another over 2 months to wait for UFC 232.
Yeah, there's a lot of prep for that,
but we do have 230 coming up, November 4th, or is it November 3rd?
I think physically there, that what's she called? That Megan Anderson. She looks more fitter than Zingano, but I think I'm still going for my man Zingano just because of her name. Or my woman Zingano, should I say.
We've got 2:30 Saturday, November 3rd.
Probably the biggest fight before the John Jones fight, because his little buddy Daniel Cormier is fighting Derek Lewis.
Are you ready for a John Jones and Daniel Cormier rematch though? Which number would it be? 3, 4?
3.
But you know, we've got the Black Beast coming back already, straight off of 229.
I think his balls have cooled down now.
He's been in the gym, worked his cardio. Did you see what his reason for the rivalry was? Saying Daniel Cormier disrespected Popeye's chicken. So he's going to fight him.
He's just a hilarious little man. He's delusional. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a bit mental. I mean, if you do something by accident, say you're in the supermarket and he's going around with his trolley, he's got all his food, and you knock into his trolley and you say, sorry, you should just leave it there. He'll probably, I don't know, pick up his chicken and lob it off your reed or something.
I mean, like, it's good to see friendly banter between the fighters. Like, as much as I do like a fully controversial fight, like
usually you look to Conor McGregor to talk absolute rubbish, but Derek Lewis is just on another level.
He doesn't talk rubbish about.
He doesn't talk rubbish about other fighters and people's
religions
and families and whatever, shoving whiskey in the face. He's just there to.
It's friendly banter.
Take the piss.
I'm gonna fight you because you disrespected my favourite chicken restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
And his post-fight interviews, his press conferences, always fun to watch. But what do you think?
Oh, his last fight was very promising for Lewis.
I think he's on a bit of momentum.
I think if this fight went to decision, I'd probably edge Cormier, but since the fact he knocked him out and it was a hard knockout, like knocked him out cold.
He didn't half put him to sleep, like.
Given Cormier is the champion, I'm going Cormier, even though Derek Lewis is as funny as he is, he's still got them 5 defeats, which I think he's gonna turn into 6.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna look further towards this on the 1st of November when our weekly podcast goes up.
Yeah,
pretty much the podcast before the fight actually goes down. We'll discuss more about the main card.
Yeah, I mean, just look at them stats there. Derek Lewis is number 2, and he's got 86% TKO.
Well, that's knockouts and TKOs.
Yeah.
The guy's a tank.
He's a tank.
6'3", nearly an 80-inch reach. He looks scary, but he looks like he's good fun as well.
I don't know. I really don't know. This is probably, apart from maybe the Khabib and McGregor fight, even though when I look back at it now, I should have really gone Khabib.
You always bet on the fighter who's unbeaten.
It's none of that this time. These two fighters are quite even in my books, so...
Yeah, but like I said, we'll discuss it further. I think it's next week.
Yeah, next week.
Or is it might be the week after, actually, Yes, the week after. 2 weeks today. Right, and then that's when we'll sort our predictions out for 2:30.
2:30.
Exciting times, though. Now, I know you wanted to talk about some weekend boxing you caught.
Weekend boxing last weekend. You didn't watch it, did you?
No, I didn't even know it was on.
Well, I went home for the weekend, decided I'll flip the channels over, went through the Sky channels, and venue came on, Metro Arena, Newcastle. It's like, I think my mate's going to this. Start watching it with my granddad, and all of a sudden I had the whole family around watching the boxing with us, and quite eventful actually.
Yeah.
Newcastle boy, born and raised, Lewis Ritson.
Oh boy.
Watching the fight, right? He comes on. He's supposedly supposed to batter this man here, right? He's quite young. He's an upcoming boxer, and the stats come up. He's fighting someone called Patera, I think it was called, Italian lad. I forgot who his first name is. Is it Marcelo or something? Francesco Patera, and the stats come up. And Lewis Ritson, right? Try and guess what the odds were on Lewis Ritson to win this boxing match.
Well, like, now that you mentioned that, I'm going to go with high. Like, good odds.
Insanely high. Like, no, not good odds, ridiculous odds, considering the fight that you put up.
So, I assume Francesco Patera was the underdog coming in the fight.
Definitely. I mean, to be honest, I don't think anyone in that arena really knew who he was apart from Eddie Hearn. So...
Yeah, I mean,
Alan Shearer was front row. You can't tell me Alan Shearer knew who bloody Patera was.
He'd have been there supporting his fellow Geordie lad.
But Lewis Ritson was 1-66 to beat Patera, and Patera was 12-1. 1-66.
1-66.
By round 5, it completely changed.
1-66.
Yeah.
This Lewis Ritson to win.
Yeah.
I need to watch like low level boxing more and stick some outrageous bets on.
Like my granddad put, I don't know how much he put on the fight, 20 quid on the fight.
Yeah.
Can't remember who for. I think it was for Ritson. And no, it was for Patera he put it on for. Ended up winning 50 odd quid. If he lost, he'd only lost 3 quid. So it was ideally for him it was a win-win. But I think one of the judges had, he was called Paul Smith, had Ritson to win, even though he got absolutely slapped about. And honestly, stuff my granddad was saying,
Going crazy.
he was going absolutely mental. He was giving it all this, and if I throw my phone at the telly, I could probably knock him out. Couldn't be a bouncer at Mothercare and all this.
I couldn't be a bouncer at Mothercare.
Honestly, he's absolutely raj, man.
Oh, that's great.
If I could get my granddad on this podcast, I don't think it's not PG, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to have to use that insult more often.
Couldn't be a bouncer at Mothercare. I'd just knock my chair down there. Go flying. But another boxing fight, change the channel back over, Channel 5 boxing.
York Hall.
It's at York Hall, London. And can't remember what they were called.
It was like Martin Bacole versus Michael Hunter.
Yeah, that was it. And Bacole, at the start of the fight, looked like he was going to win. And I think I want to say he had them all over, but I don't think he had them all over. He threw better punches than Hunter.
Yeah.
Towards the start of the fight, and then it all went wrong towards the end. This was only like 9 rounds, even though the match before that was 12, and this was the main card. Strange, but
so it dropped 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think it might have been because of the weight class.
I
think these are bigger boxers, and the stamina's not going to be as good for 12 rounds. But
yeah, could be.
Round 7 comes, and Bacole throws a right hook. Shoulder pops out.
Oh.
Puts it in slow motion as a replay, and it's not very nice to look at, I'm not going to lie. Yeah,
not what you need when you're a boxer.
No. Especially on your stronger arm. So round 8 comes up, he's got his right arm up against his chest, and he's just throwing the left hooks, and this Michael Hunter's proper going in for him now. Body shots, catching him in there, because he might be able to block his body, right, but what with, if he hits him in the arm, he's done for it. It's going to hurt. He's popped his shoulder out.
I think it should have been stopped.
I mean, it definitely should have been stopped. He went to the corners, and the cameras went on the corners, and he sat in the corner, and he's like, I want to pull out. And I'm not going to say what the trainers were saying to him, because it's a bit offensive, but it was basically telling him, you are not pulling out this fight, you are going to fight.
That's like surely a breach of a boxer's rights.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if they throw the towel in, they throw the towel in. That's their decision. But
yeah,
he was saying to him, look, my arm's done for, I'm not going to win this fight, let's just pull out.
I mean, like, as a trainer, you've got to, like, think best for your fighter.
You got to think best, but you also got to push them. Whether this is the right decision, it was, I don't know, but
there's only so far you can push someone whose shoulders hanging out.
I mean, what would you rather? Would you rather pull out a fight being injured, or would you rather pull out, or like carry on with the fight and get knocked out? For me, I'd rather get pulled out.
I'd much rather get pulled out. Like,
if you get knocked out, that's not going to look good, and that's going to boost the other's record. But
yeah, it's going to look bad on your record.
Yeah, it's going to look bad on yours. It's just going to look better on his. So
it's not just that. Like, you got to think. Like, your shoulder is literally popped out of its socket.
Yeah.
But
last round comes. Hunter's giving it all. Hitting with class combos.
Yeah, I saw like the knockout.
Yeah. And he's up against the ropes. He's got his head everywhere.
We watched it now record.
And last punch comes in. Referee comes in, gets it straight on the nose, right across his face. And then the fight before that, I honestly could not tell you who it was, but it was a bloody battle, and the referee's arms were just covered in blood. You could tell he just wanted to stop the fight and just get a shower, because white long sleeve, button shirt, covered with blood, looked like a butcher.
What butcher wears a full shirt?
I know, but it's just the way he had the blood up his arms. He just did look like a bloody butcher, man.
Well, in other news,
Pacquiao's back. I haven't really heard of him since the
Mayweather fight. Like,
well,
so
actually,
many
the
years
last time I heard of him was 2 years ago now. He lost his Nike sponsorship deal for an alleged comment he made about the homophobic community.
With the homophobic community or the LGBTQIA community?
Oh no, I'm going to get in trouble because I've named it wrong, haven't I?
No, like, well, one of them doesn't like them, the other one's for them. I can't remember this controversy.
He made a homophobic comment is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, right, so yeah.
So
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that being...
Made a homophobic comment, lost his Nike sponsorship deal.
Well, huh.
That's the last time I heard of him. I don't know if he's fought since then. It looks like he has because he's got the welterweight belt.
It's the welterweight title. Like,
Well,
when did that happen?
I literally looked on my phone last night and saw, Pacquiao's fighting Broner. And I was like, so must have been kind of a while since he's had a boxing match.
Adrian Broner, 33-3.
Pacquiao,
24 of them wins and knockouts. That's pretty good ratio. 29 years of age. He's doing well for himself.
this website is giving him a 5-star rating, and you can say why. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
good boxing match.
I mean,
I
just
reckon
look-
this is going to be different for I think it's going to be more entertaining than
Yeah,
Pacquiao Mayweather because of Mayweather's fighting style. It's not aesthetically pleasing to watch, but Broner, it's
I mean, you gotta, like, looking at their nicknames, like, we're back on really bad nicknames. Manny Pacquiao, the Pac-Man. That's cool. Everyone knows who Pac-Man is.
the Pac-Man, yeah.
Pacquiao,
Quite like that.
Pac-Man.
The Pac-Man.
We got Adrian Broner, the Problem.
Where's these fighters sort of, I don't know, imagination?
Boxing nickname generator. Adrian the Problem Broner versus Manny the Pac-Man
I call him
Pacquiao.
the Bear.
The Bear.
The Bear Broner. That sounds better to me.
I don't know, I'm not really one for
But I think the biggest boxing match we have to talk about, Fury.
the
Wilder.
classic Fury and Wilder. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited after watching that one-on-one.
The BT Sport one.
Yeah. BT Sport exclusive. One-on-one. These two just
You
go at it.
always know someone feels threatened in, like, a press conference or a talk when they start shouting total gibberish.
There's only one bronze bomber.
3 times in a row, whilst Fury's, like, having a go at him. Like,
He's just mental. He's just mental as Derek Lewis. He's just mental as Conor McGregor. Like, these fighters just think so big of themselves, and then after the fight they'll be hugging them because they lost.
yeah, they'll
It
be
just
like,
doesn't make-
pals.
It's a weird sport. It's a sport where you chat rubbish about your bosses. You get money for chatting rubbish about them, and then you chat rubbish about the fighter, and then you get beat by the fighter and you start hugging them and kissing them at the end of the fight. It's such a weird sport. Boxing, any fighting combat sport, it's so weird when you just put it in perspective like that.
At least with, like, the UFC and Bellator, any MMA production, any boxing production, it's not staged. It's not scripted.
Apart from WWE.
Aside from WWE, where, you know, it is scripted. It's good to watch when you're a young lad.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young. Who was it? Oh yeah, it was that D-Generation X people.
Alright.
Triple H,
Yeah.
his pal Shawn Michaels, dotting it about. Always fun to watch when you're a kid.
CM Punk
CM Punk. Let's not talk about
comes
his.
in the UFC and gets absolutely slapped.
Let's not talk about his current state.
Yeah, 2 fights, 2 defeats. Absolutely.
I'm
Keep saying
surprised.
slapped. I want a new word.
I'm surprised. Like,
Destroyed is probably.
he went straight into UFC.
I mean, he's come from WWE, where
He was a trained stuntman.
trained stuntman, right? Comes into UFC, horrible tattoos, horrible fighting style, gets destroyed and slapped, and he's done for.
Sad times.
Just don't think.
But moving back on to Deontay Wilder, the man broke someone's jaw on live television.
Yeah.
It
I don't know what the point that was.
It was the Spanish talk show. Talk show. Yeah, the Spanish talk show, like Nací on ESPN. So some guy comes out dressed up in a mascot costume. You see Wilder.
It's like Japanese.
With
Have you ever seen a
stance.
Japanese TV show where it's just...
Yeah, it's like
just so weird.
mascot suits everywhere.
Yeah, and then there's like screaming, and then there's like a... I don't know. Carried on.
He breaks this man's jaw. Live television.
I don't get why someone dress up in a mascot suit just to get a bat. What is that going to prevent you from? He's still going to get hurt.
I hope he got some good money for it.
Not unless he might. I don't know if he'll got money.
If he
for
just
it.
gets his like working wage, oh, time to find a new job.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't think I'd be there.
But yeah, like it all just seemed like it was just fun and games. But no, the Bronze Bomber knocks him out, uploads it as a video to Instagram with the caption, "It's a blessing and a curse knowing God did it. I was chosen to be first." So what's he saying? Is he blaming God for breaking the man's jaw? Blaming God for knocking the guy out?
I think he's blaming God for the power he's given him.
Oh, that's edgy. That's very edgy.
Yeah. Didn't. Well, I could see why he's a religious person. I think to me, he probably is quite a religious person. And
Yeah.
didn't know Tyson Fury was Catholic.
Neither did I.
But,
But to end it, we've seen that Anthony Joshua's being pushed by Sugar Ray Leonard to fight Deontay Wilder.
yeah.
I still stick by wanting to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight.
I think we just have to let it all go. Anthony Joshua fight all the boxers, Tyson Fury last, and then
What, like it's Mortal Kombat's arcade mode or something?
yeah. That's just Tyson. Let Fury beat Wilder, and then Joshua beat Wilder, and then Joshua beat Fury. That's what I want to see.
Well, we've got till December 1st to speculate about how it's going to go down.
Let's say just a lot more to come for Fury and Wilder.
We haven't got any big events on until UFC 230. So I suppose it's just a week of watching back and see what's going to occur. Try and catch some weekend boxing.
Yeah, weekend boxing, and hopefully Khabib's going to come out and chat.
Hopefully we'll get an update on that current situation.
Yeah, because that's far from over yet for me. I mean, Dana White's come out and said stuff, but
Yeah, we've got John Jones' drug test to look forward to.
yeah, that's going to...
And, well, I suppose it pretty much is just sitting back idly, waiting for things to happen. Fanboying over Tony Ferguson during the week. But yeah, there's not much to say. I suppose we're just leaving on that note. We are running out of time, so
on that bombshell.
And I'd like to thank you for joining us for this installation of the SportsByte Fighting Podcast. So yeah, next week we'll come back with updates on what's been happening in the fighting world. But yeah, as for now, we'll see you later.
See you later.